Hello. Should we just start
Hello.
that over? I can't even
Hello.
say hello.
Hello. Easy for you to say.
Marcy comes in the room and I get all tongue-tied.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, it's
Welcome
good to
back
see one.
to Remembering Tuscola webcast. I'm David Porter. I'm here with Mike Carroll and Bill Englehart and our very special guest, Marcy Shoemaker.
Hi, gang.
Thanks, Marcy.
And that's pretty much all of my role on this webcast is to introduce it. So
And there's a picture of her four sons she's so proud of.
yeah, they all marched off to war and
Yeah.
None of them look like Alan, though.
No, there's a story there.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about Marcy.
Nice.
Tell us why you've got these four pictures behind you.
I've got these 4 pictures behind me because these are senior pictures of our 4 Hall of Famers this year that we're going to induct September 23rd at a luncheon here at Iron Horse. And we're still looking. We still have seats available if anybody's interested. Just let me know and I can definitely get you a chair. So we have a meal and everything. So starting on this end, this is Dr. Richard Burns, and he is class of 69, and he lives in Moline, Illinois. He's a chiropractor and also an educator in that field. So he's a busy guy, still working to this day. And so next in line is 1983 grad Brian Harris, and he's coming back home from St. Charles, Illinois with his family, and he is being inducted for educational leadership, so into the Hall of Fame. And next in line is Greg Hastings, class of 72, and he's being inducted for his continued community volunteerism. Him and our next gentleman both live in Tuscola still, and I don't know what we do without him at the school. Steve Hilgendorf, class of 73, and he's celebrating his 50th reunion this year. And both of them work basketball and football together and have, I think Coach Hornaday has documented at least like 12,000 hours of volunteer since they started doing their bookkeeping for the teams and things like this. So that's pretty cool.
I have
Pretty
a
special.
Yes.
That's more than I worked in my whole life, 12,000 hours.
Yeah.
quick
Sounds like
picture
all
of
the-
Steve and Greg to share. They're working in Sullivan. They travel. They don't just go to Tuscola games. They go wherever the
Yeah.
team goes, and there they are comparing notes, working, keeping the stats, and very, very important work for the sports teams.
That is right.
Yeah, a good record keeping in sports it's imperative to have that sort of thing. You know, Greg's dad was a wonderful scorekeeper on different things, sports-wise, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Bob.
Bob was instrumental in sports and the baseball. He was Mr. Baseball during my early years.
Yeah,
Greg's kind of inherited that.
same thing.
Yeah.
Looks like
That's right.
Bob on the sidelines, didn't
Yeah, he does.
So you'll have to be sure and watch for them. They'll be in the parade. We've got a pep rally that day that's Friday before. And a lot of fun stuff. We are bringing back something this year, though. We didn't do the reception in the library last year. So we are bringing that back because everybody wants to show off the new school. So we're going to be able to like have another open house, some snacks, some drinks right after the parade. And it'll be there in the library, and you could go through the school and see all the new upgrades, which it's phenomenal. You won't believe you're walking in TCHS, the old TCHS. It's pretty cool. So we're going to do that too.
They didn't get rid of that 60-year-old patina, did they?
Yep.
That's
Well,
blood,
it's
sweat,
gone.
blood, sweat, and tears, and A lot of guys picked up against the wall there and rubbed around by Murray and Bucko. And
Right.
Did they put
Right.
up, the other night, I went through the library. Are they gonna put those pictures back above?
I don't know I know they've got digital pictures, and I'm sure, because as you can see, there were a lot of plain walls. So they haven't really done all the decorating yet. And definitely what we want them to do is find a very nice spot for the Hall of Fame plaques that we have. So we're hoping to find a niche for those.
Well, looked like
But
they had some very nice new trophy cases. Years
Oh my
ago, they
gosh.
got one of the administrators got rid of a lot of the old trophies. Now
Mhm.
they got someplace to put them.
Yep. Well, I think most of them did go back to people that actually won them.
Right.
It's not like they were just, put out there to anybody. They were definitely given to people that, the athletes that won the awards or their classmates or something like that. So it was, you have so much, but, yeah, I don't, and I hope all of them will go back in there. I haven't seen them filled yet.
All right.
So,
Well,
yeah,
they'll just have to win some more.
Yep, that's right. Go for it. Go for it. Did you guys get to go to the football game Friday night?
I did. I thought I was having a stroke. The field got light and dark and then
when
light, and then the lights started going on off. I said, Becky, I'm having a stroke.
Yeah, it was interesting to see what they can do with their new stuff. So, and we sat in the chairs in the bleachers. That was a very nice treat to be able to do that. The bleachers are wonderful. I mean, people in wheelchairs have a place to climb and get up there higher now to see, and yeah, it was phenomenal. It was great to be able to witness that.
I
Yeah.
had a wedding in Branson, so I was in Branson that day.
Oh, well, that's a good
Might
place
not.
to be.
Well, except that I didn't even see Branson.
Come here. Tell me what I did.
We drove there on Friday and came back on Saturday.
Oh dear,
Just
that
there
is
for
a
the
short
wedding.
trip.
We're getting directions from the bleachers here. And messages. We are kind of important, aren't we?
Are you guys doing sign language over there?
Well, yes, every now and then we're directed by someone.
Becky told me to be nice.
Yeah, be nice. It's
Don't bitch. Don't bitch about anything.
right.
I just thought I was having a stroke.
Oh dear.
Oh, they should warn people because that if you have epilepsy or something like that,
Oh, that is true. Oh, I don't
you
know.
can trigger a
Mhm.
seizure. Okay, are we ready? Marcia, you going to help us with pictures?
Well, that's totally up to you guys. I didn't think I knew
Just
a
don't-
whole bunch this time, but
Just don't jump on any funny thing Bill or I say. Don't jump on it.
Yeah.
oh, okay. Well, that won't be fun.
Let us run the string as long as it goes.
Well,
You
sometimes-
guys have any other questions about homecoming?
sometimes you got to rein them in.
Yes.
No, I could probably find a picture of Brian Harris too, but it'd take me a while to.
That was I
Yes,
saw
your
you.
classmate.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the outline. I saw the outline of your homecoming activity, and the library wasn't in there. So you'll get that. Is that a new thing?
Yes, we're gonna add it. Yeah. And then we'll be having some advertising coming out in the paper. So the people that don't do online stuff will be able to see it in the paper and know what's going on.
You're talking to the only two people that don't do online right here. So we've been told.
As long as you two know,
Yeah, because
you
we
don't want to miss it.
Neither one of us can do Facebook. We've tried.
Bill, I think you
Oh.
sent your message to the wrong person.
Did I send it to you?
Yeah,
Did I?
yeah.
That's why would we expect anything different?
Nathan wanted to know if we were coming. How did I get David in there? Okay, I've got to
I
send
get a
him
message from Bill. Not today. I'm doing a podcast right now.
I don't think the podcast will slow him down on his iPhone here.
So
Oh,
I'm
I'm kidding.
thinking, what do you mean not today? You,
Not today. Well, he wanted us to come to a ball game. Our grandson has his last junior high baseball game today up in
Mm.
Washington, Illinois.
At Peoria.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Just run up and see us play.
Yeah.
That's a good drive. Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Well, I have on good authority that another thing we're going to have in the homecoming parade is an old fashioned float. So
Really?
have to,
Who's doing that?
well, you'll have to come out and see.
Yes.
Class of 83, I'm guessing.
It will be the most awesome float ever.
Well, you know, class of 83 is still just fighting so hard to try and be the best class ever, but
Yeah. Just like 40 years and they're still fighting uphill, aren't they?
yeah.
But you know, you get more from 74.
You get more from 74.
Oh, boy.
Class of 83 is the class you want to be.
I thought they
See?
canceled 74.
Come on, you two. What's your saying?
Well, I'm waiting on directions from the corner here on what to say.
65, greatest class alive.
56.
There you go.
Except we're all dying off, so can't say that for long.
Whoa.
6.
We're in class, only.
66 clicks.
Oh, there you
66.
go.
All right. All
Very
right. Well, let's
good.
get to some pictures. Well, let's see. I got to make sure
Why,
that.
do you think we could get sidetracked?
They'll get on your iPhone and send a message somewhere else.
All
I
right.
sent it to Nathan this time.
Well, we may run through them quickly because if Marcy doesn't know them, no one else is gonna know them either.
What are these classes? 74?
I don't know. Some of these are 80, some are 70, some are random.
Is that the old Kelly's gas station?
It says Atkinson Ice up there on the ice machine.
I think it was the old Kelly's where the car wash.
Jim Kleiss, the manager of that when it opened.
Jim Kleiss was manager of that back in the 70s. I think it's right where the car wash is. I don't think that's Jim on the machine though, is it?
No,
No,
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke. See, my humor is really subtle.
yeah. Well, there's Jim right there.
Jim, hey.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jim.
Jim's right there in the middle.
Fourth one from the right in the front row.
Yeah. And all the way over to the right is Joyce Arsenault. In the back is John Wax.
Jim Blacker.
That could be like the fourth one in is Jimmy. Then there's Daryl Stinger, used to be manager of First Mid-Illinois Bank down in Sullivan now. I don't know. The next guy is, should know him. Then there's Fred McDonald. And
Where do you see Fred?
I was gonna say, where do you see Fred?
That's Gomez.
I think it's Les Hall.
I think it's less.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's Les
that's
Hall
Les Hall.
and Marcia Clapper, I think, next to him.
Okay.
Bill called him Gomez Hall. I didn't.
Yeah.
Is that Jim Higgins back here or who is
No, it's
who
not
is that?
Higgins.
Who is that?
The boy looks familiar, but the little boy, the younger boy.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right there is in between Jim Kleiss and Daryl Stinger in the back is from Newman. Starts with a G.
Starts with a G.
Starts
Yeah.
with G.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Oh, that's my friend. That's Robert Hemingway
Yeah.
from Hinesboro.
Yep, Christian church.
I don't know who the other gentleman is. I was
Which
with
one? Which one's which?
Robert's on the left. He's a dark-headed young man there.
Okay.
His hair is slightly grayer now.
I do know somebody here.
There you go. There's Martian.
Well, I see. Yeah, I
That's
do.
my daddy. Yes, on the left.
Your-
Yes.
And the clappers.
Clappers.
Yep.
Who's the far right?
Shoot, somebody said on that, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't have it
Um,
up and
He
running.
looks familiar, doesn't he?
I should turn mine on.
Yeah, you could get a cheat sheet there.
Yeah, why not? Carla Ford in the center.
You missed Tuscola.
Uh-huh.
What year was she? 74, Miss Tuscola?
No, not 74, probably 72.
Pretty girl.
Looks like some Illinois state politician.
Mm-hmm.
And say, do we know who the guys are?
No,
Let's
They're
see.
Democrats.
they're
I think Carla did say Paul Triano from Cabot
Okay,
on her right.
that's right.
Who was that boy with the clappers and Marson? Do you have that?
Okay, let me see. I'm still looking for
Dave's
that
Dave's
one.
going too fast here.
Gosh, she looks familiar.
Going back to that one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. I'm trying to. They, for some reason, aren't in order. I guess because somebody comments and then,
Yeah, you have to go to the original post.
oh.
If you go to if you click on media and then albums, you'll find the original post.
Albums, gotcha. September 7th.
Yep.
Oh, now I see. Now I see. Okay.
You want to go back to that one?
Yeah.
Okay. The comments on, nope, the other one.
Your dad.
John
Officially-
Carmack. Yeah. John Carmack is on the
Oh, okay.
right.
Yeah. My goodness gracious.
Stuart Carmack's cousin.
Mm.
Yep. With
Okay.
Jim and Kurt Clapper.
They should be in the somewhat the same order.
Now I gotcha. Yep. You're right.
We did this one.
Yep. Did
So
that
you
one.
Should be able to just click your down arrow or your right arrow and just click through them as we go. Okay, anyone know who this is? Looks like they're taking a picture, maybe
He's
Yeah.
running
Nope.
for something.
politician.
Yeah. There's no comment on this one.
He's running for some office.
It does look like there's a big political thing in this one, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Well, they got a porpoise carved out of ice. That costs some money.
I
Mhm.
don't think we can read the name tags.
No, I don't think so.
I see something he likes.
Yeah, he's looking straight ahead.
Recognize the room.
He's simonizing something. Well, there's the same ones. It looks, that must be a Cabot.
It must be Cabot. Yeah.
That's probably a big,
Big shot.
that's probably the chief poobah of Cabot's in the
Yeah.
middle there.
Where do they sell those glasses? I'll get a pair.
Yeah.
That was Aristotle Onassis gave those to him.
Mm.
Oh, there's a bunch of comments on this.
Mhm.
Bill knows this one.
Well, I don't know all of them. I see Danny McGee.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of them are McGee's.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says Danny McGee and
And
family.
I see his dad. Yeah. Mother,
And Cliff.
sister, Cliff. Yeah.
There's Larry McGee.
McGee's are on the left.
There's Ronnie McGee.
He said he's fairly certain it's 83 or 84.
Mike's making up names
I'm
now.
making up names now, Marcy. You're supposed to catch me.
You have to watch him. Because the thing with Mike is and I get it. Okay, it's funny, but he makes things up. And sometimes if you don't know he's making things up, you think
Well, here's
that's
the,
you
Somebody's
think-
gonna believe him, right?
Yeah,
here's the way to know when Mike's making things up, when his lips move.
that's right.
So very
Politician.
true.
So I don't know where this is. Is this almost
They
looks like,
said they thought it was Little Fuse.
hmm.
With- Was Little Fuse in IGA at one time? The old IGA?
Mr. McGee worked at.
Yeah, it was where the museum is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Little
worked at
Fuse was in
Cabot.
there.
I think Chuck Holmes used to run Little Fuse when it was the IGA, didn't he? Didn't go,
Not IGA, is grab it here.
no, it was the old, where the museum is, the old.
I recognize a couple people in
Well,
this
didn't
one.
they?
Let's
Let's go back to the last one. What,
What, the last one?
Little Fuse was in Furco's IGA where the museum is.
Where the museum is.
We
Right.
already established that.
But was it,
Well, the peanut gallery here yelled out.
well, I'm thinking at one time though, it was where the old grab it here was. Maybe it was a
Where the
offshoot.
fitness center is?
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, that was Big Fuse.
that was Big Fuse.
Yeah, Big Fuse.
Yeah,
Oh, that was Refuse.
I
oh
believe
dear.
everything he says, Marcy.
Yeah, you guys are
Mrs.
something else.
Mrs. Maltby, upper right-hand corner. This must be the
Yeah.
Dairy Queen work crew.
Paul Hines is back left row.
Yeah, Paul Hines, Doug Maltby's right in the middle.
Oh, Millie Bories. It must be, maybe they had a Christmas party from Dairy Queen.
Looks like it.
Sponsored by Pepsi.
Gosh,
Yeah.
I wish I could have gone to that.
Yes, some of these pictures are from December of whatever year this was. It looks like a pool table and maybe ice hockey over there. Wonder where this is.
Youth Center.
Youth Center.
See the clock on the wall?
Yeah,
That's
that's
Is
about
it?
5:07.
Vital 7, Pepsi at the Youth Center.
Oh my gosh.
Christmas party for Dairy Queen workers. Karen ran that in the late 70s?
Can't remember.
Well, Jim and Karen owned it.
Did you ever go there for French fries at Dairy Queen? You didn't at noon hour?
Bill's all straight now.
Well, some of these pictures, every year businesses would have a lot of them would have their picture taken for their Christmas greeting ad.
You're right.
Here's Phil Lamb in the middle, and
Phil Lamb. Yeah.
Third from the left looks like Kurt Carter.
Yeah, Kurt Carter. Let's see, second from right, Rick Dallas, and then
Yeah, you get
Phil
Dallas.
Stallsworth is on the far right.
Who?
Phil Stallsworth.
I can't, you gotta move.
Well,
it.
you have to move it
over.
Move it over just a little bit, David.
Slide it. There's Phil.
Hey, that's Phil, class of 66. 66 clicks. Elvin Goad
That just doesn't work.
there
That
next to
doesn't
Rick
work.
down. Well, I'm sorry.
Clicks mean a
Gee,
gun, a gun.
Well, it could be if we keep this up. Well, Jim Thompson, was that Jim?
Yeah.
His name?
well, Bill, here you go. Mike says class of 65, greatest class alive. You say Nick's at 66.
So Dave Funster's helping you out here.
Thanks, David.
All right.
Bill or Mrs. Thompson.
He bought the JR North, bought it from Mrs. North, the furniture store.
He worked at the funeral home at one time when he started off.
So that's Jeff Thompson there in the
That's
middle.
That's Jeff Thompson's parents.
Oh,
Jeff played
gotcha.
outfield. Jeff played outfield for me, baseball.
Nice.
His first name was Mr.
There's the flock.
Here's Flock's appliance.
Yep.
There's Phil Stallsworth's dad,
Bob.
Bob on the
Yep.
left. Class of 40-some.
And then Rick,
42,
Rick
I think.
Flock.
Rick. Yeah.
he was class of, was it 73? Maybe.
Don't know. We were a lot older.
And then Mr. and Mrs. Flock. Let's see, this one says
Right in
Lisa
the middle.
McAllister,
First-
Denise
First
Bosch.
National- First National Bank.
That's
Yep,
Janet
Julie
Carey in the
Carey.
middle,
yep.
and that's Judy Bean.
Trisha,
blonde.
yeah,
The
must
blonde.
be, yep.
That's Daniels.
That's Thorpe. Yeah. she
Karen
married
Byers,
Joe.
maybe?
One of them's a Bosch, isn't she?
The Bosch is.
Yeah, we
second
got
to
her.
last.
And then we got Lori McAllister,
McAllister. On the right is the Daniels married a Short.
married Joe Short at one
Joe
time.
Short. What was her?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
was
it
her?
says Judy Short, maybe.
Judy
Must
Short.
be Judy Daniels.
Yeah.
There are
That's-
two McAllisters. One on the left is Lisa.
Yes, far
That's
left.
Lisa. Yeah.
Oh, here's a great family. Pangburns.
The Pangburns.
There's on the
Yeah.
right from the greatest class alive is Mike Pangburn.
Really, I don't remember him being in the class of 83, but if you say so, Mike.
Yeah.
John Pangburn and I we were at the tour the other night, got to talking at the high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good to see him there.
I remember talking to Mr. Pangburn. He collected They're like ashtrays, but they had set inside little tires. So you had the rubber tire on the outside, they're promotional kinds of things, and it had a collection of those that were pretty neat. Look at this, Atari video computer system.
Can't beat that.
My brother Matt had one of those.
Tuscola.
Coach her in basketball, did you?
Coached both of them, but Julie broke her ankle.
The twins. Huh?
The twins.
Oh,
Who's on the left? We should know her.
Well, we should know a lot of people, but we don't.
You know what?
Yeah,
The computer sport.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I recognize this room. It's my office. This is in the
at the
old
paper?
Yeah, the newspaper.
Well, you probably took the picture.
No, that's before I worked.
Oh, there he is.
Uh,
Rabito.
There's some bankers.
Yeah. Juanita Brace in the back. Roy Hopkins, Earl Pendergrass.
On the right
Oh,
and
yeah.
the left.
Who is
Doug
that?
McCumber in the middle.
Yeah.
That was Mike, lived out in North Prairie Acres. His daughter played basketball, dated Danny Myers.
Is it Mike Ryan?
Mike Ryan.
Mike Ryan. And that was Doug McCumber.
We probably shouldn't bring up a lot of people who dated who or whatever.
Well, I know, that's how I know people, by who they dated, and what year they graduated.
All right. Well, here's the pharmacy.
Pharmacy.
Class of 74 represented there. Kevin Waite sitting down on the right.
There's Fred Moody, Brian's dad, seated on the left.
And Doris Kleiss and Joyce Kleiss Arsenault. And
What was her name? Miss Willison? Was she
yes, Sue Willison.
Willison?
Yeah.
Now I know we got names on this one. That second one you guys know who that second one from the left is?
Well, the third one on the left is
That's Cruzan. Second one from the left. Williams is the city manager.
Williams, city manager. Roseanne, that was Geiler.
Yeah, that's Geiler. That's Rob. Kenny Donalds. Don't know, and that's Hardwick.
Shorty Hardwick.
Yeah.
It says Wilbur Stewart in glasses.
Okay. And then the one on the far right, Shorty Hardwick, father of Wayne and all those good Joey, all those good Hardwick boys.
Rick.
Yeah. Played the band.
And Denny's city foreman now. This kind of shows you how long he's been with the city.
As long as his sideburns there.
Yeah, he laid out the original plat.
Well, I guarantee you, I mean, seeing Rob Geiler there, I mean, he's still working too.
Yeah.
Robbie's retired.
Did he retire?
Yep, Robbie's retired.
When did he give it up?
Sometime this year, just maybe a few months back. This looks like one of the garages.
I think this is at the Ford garage. I could be mistaken.
Doesn't look like Ned Gillen water to me.
Well, maybe not. Is that a Chrysler emblem? I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think it is a Chrysler on the right.
Service manager.
On the right, I think it's a Chrysler Mopar. What are they working on right there?
They're both pretty young.
Looks like a Plymouth.
No comments on it.
That's Phil Lamb's place. That's a Chrysler they're working on. Yeah, that's Phil.
What's it say on his hat? Can't read it.
No comments on that one either.
Chrysler logo. That's Mopar place.
You
Well,
know
everybody
this one?
knows who
Mike,
this
Mike,
is.
do you know this one?
Gosh, I lost a lot of money back in that
Look at
business.
this picture.
Here you go, Becky. That's my ex-wife.
Oh, Ann.
Little shop in the country. Well, look,
It was a neat shop.
Yeah, that was a nice
We
shop.
collected stoneware back then,
Oh, yeah.
back in the 70s.
Did she take that?
I think she got the stoneware in the divorce, yes.
Yeah, really enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, that dog, I know that
that's
dog.
D Ghoul.
I love their dogs.
The dog, Marcy, the dog's name is in the comments.
Let's
Yeah.
see, Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says Abigail Barabbas. Abby.
She's on the cross.
This looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
FS.
It is FS because that's Jerry Malady on the back left.
There's- oh,
Ron, Mr. Ron. Had a garden out at the Oaks' house. That's Huber.
Oh, is that in Ligas? I was trying to figure out where it was at. Is it
That
might
Ligas or
be.
truck stop?
Las Ligas, that's that bathroom right back there in the corner, and there's that
That's what I thought.
hammered metal light he had.
That's Mrs. Rome in the black and sitting down.
Yes.
That's Wayne Huber's first wife, isn't it? What was her name?
Yeah.
Nancy.
Nancy.
Huber.
Yeah, but that's Jerry Malady in the sweater in the back left.
Uh-huh.
I don't.
There's Bill, his first coaching his first girls basketball game, teaching them defense.
There's no comments on it. Surely somebody knows who this is.
Take credit for this.
I wouldn't want to take credit for it.
That's not. We didn't dance side by side when I was in high school.
Some kind of assembly, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Mike Rogers on the right.
He didn't give away money easily.
Let's see, it looks like a jar full of money.
He threw around dimes like they were manhole covers. There's Alan Mister.
There's a bunch.
Yeah,
There's the bullet. Ronnie Wynn with his back to the picture.
yeah.
Mitch sitting down.
Alan Mister at the community building. Bullet Bob.
Is that Mike Rogers again?
Yes.
Could be.
It looks like it's a bingo game.
Does look like bingo.
Is that ABC?
This is ABC. That was a rough group
That
back
was
in the
the,
70s.
I wonder if that was a car raffle or something.
That was a rough group. Well, they did. those-
Alan used to be in that one too.
I'll tell you what, I spoke to him one time and I just about got run over. There's Charlie Kobecker and Amos.
Amos Albritton.
Looks like the same event.
Yeah.
Mhm. Must be.
There's
Denny McMillan.
Tuscola National Bank, now at Busey. Used to be at Busey. Denny McMillan.
Same event.
Looks like a bingo.
Ah, the mayor.
There's
There's Clarence Snyder.
Yeah.
Kim
On the
McGill.
right.
Ken McGill.
Is that in his shop?
Yes, it looks like it.
On the,
Well, it's in Clarence's.
what was it, Ben
Yeah.
Franklin? He owned right next to Clarence's, Chez Clarence.
This is the Nick's. This is the restaurant.
As we called Clarence's, Chez Clarence. The French hamburger place.
Really?
Clarence is wearing his solid gold Rolex President watch. I remember he was flipping hamburgers. I said, you cannot flip hamburgers with a gold Rolex. He was very proud of that watch.
And another
mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Hill.
Chris on the right.
Ray Carlson,
Worked at Decal.
city council and assistant manager at Decal for years.
And that looks like it's in Flesser's.
Yeah, looks like Flesser's.
Yes, it is. I do believe.
I remember when they reopened Flesser's, I told Rick Marsh, I said, man, this place looks just like it used to. He said, no, it was never that clean. There's the
The old Carpenters.
yeah, they went upstairs.
That's,
Denny Hayes.
Well, yeah, Denny Hayes and his wife. That's Dort Sterrett
Yep.
and
on the
that's
right.
Donna Walker.
Don Maxey
Mhm.
Walker.
Yep.
My goodness.
These are all 70s. There's
Mhm.
Nedican Ferguson.
Here's the Ford place.
There's Ned Gillenwater on the far right.
Yeah, that's Gil.
Great guy.
Tommy O'Brien in the back, middle. Bill Wolverton. what was his name?
Oh. The
You
guy
guys recognize Rhonda?
I see Rhonda in the front right.
right. The
Yeah.
guy in the back left, second one in from the left. I was state's attorney. I forget his name. He was clocked driving a Ford Granada 6-cylinder going 107 mile an hour on the interstate. I remember he was in front of Judge Worthy Kranz. I was state's attorney, and Judge said, "What in the world were you doing 107 mile an hour?" He said, "Well, I was trying to sell this car, and the guy said he heard they were doggy. I wanted to show him they were 107." So Judge fined him $107. He said, "I hope you sold the car." Who else is back there? That's parts guy.
Larry Nees.
But Bud Kleiss is far left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Bud, isn't
Oh,
it?
that's Foster.
Foster, Eric.
Fourth one
Eric
in.
Foster. Is that Brian Wood on the back? Far
You
right?
know what? It may be. It might be, but yeah,
Uh-huh.
looks like him, doesn't it?
I forgot that
Yes.
Rhonda. Well, you know, the lower left is Chuck Holmes.
Yeah, that's
wife.
Mrs. Holmes,
Mrs.
mother,
Holmes.
Mrs. Holmes.
mother,
And
yeah.
that's Ned's mother right in front of me.
Mrs. Ferguson.
That's Mrs. Ferguson, I believe.
I think it's about 1978.
I think it's 78 when they had the Grand Marquis come out.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, that's a really
You guys can read.
Well, don't give away our tricks.
Class of 66 clicks.
This is the
Oh, brother.
boy.
Oh, geez.
This is when Earl the Pearl,
Earl the Pearl.
Van Steenhouse on the left, came here from Greece. Aristotle Onassis' grandson. Tom, that's the board of directors. Tom Powell, Wayne Meyer, Dan Ponder. That's Kratz, isn't it? Right next to him.
Yep, Doug Kratz.
Budge McCallum was their lawyer. Lyons.
John Bundy. John Bundy.
Lower left is Hopkins, and Mr.
Mr.
Flume.
Flume.
And
Is that Sherman? It doesn't look like Sherman.
no, I don't think Sherm was on the board.
No, he wasn't. No, that's Mr. Flume. That's Clarence Flume. Yeah. Well,
Was that Wibb's brother?
I think a lot of people would have just not seen Mr. Van Steenhouse.
I recognize a few of these.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dylan Reaney.
Dylan Reaney.
Is that Sandy Decker?
That's
there?
Sandy.
Sandy Decker and Carol Weimer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In the community
In
building.
the community building.
Boy, people dressed up back then, didn't they? Look at that.
Yes.
You see a guy with a suit and a vest and a tie, you think he's an IRS agent.
Well, Bill and Irene were really sweet people.
Yes, they
tops.
were.
They were tops.
Yeah.
They had a very popular business. Everybody in town,
Well,
everybody in town bought
yeah.
flowers from them.
I imagine it looks like a Christmas type occasion.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had provided some of the decorations.
Well, I may have told this story. You know, Rogers Florist was on the same block that I grew up on. So it was directly behind our house on the other side of the block. And so we'd go down there and play in their dirt pile in the back with our army men. But my little brother, Matt, if it was Mother's Day or birthday or some other occasion, he'd go down to the flower shop and want to buy flowers for his mom. And he might only have 10 cents. And they would take it and fix him up a bouquet to take home. And so for years later, as long as they were in business, he moved up by Chicago. And anytime he needed flowers for any occasion, he called and had it and bought them through Rogers Florist. So that kind of service, customer service pays off because they had a lifelong customer. He wouldn't think of getting flowers anywhere but Rogers Florist.
Yeah, they were
That's
that way.
right.
Let me tell a real quick shout out to Irene. Bill will like this. Back in the 70s, we'd play golf at Savoy. Somehow I got in the group with the old guys, Leonard Bunning, Clark Igo, Chick Schroed, and Bill here. And most of us had to beg our wives to let us go play golf, promise to mow the grass, take them out supper. But here comes Bill in the station wagon with Irene driving. She drops him off and kisses him and says, "I'll be back, honey, about 5." And we said, "You got to be kidding me."
Mm-hmm.
She would drive him up there and go get him.
That's the kind of gal she was.
She was top notch.
Well, she was, but I had one letdown in my life at the store.
What was that?
Well, Irene, 61 years ago, sold me a flyer for my date for homecoming. And it never worked out. It just wasn't
Well,
good.
the flower is the key.
Well, I know now, but I gave her the flower.
The flower is the key. Find out what your date or favorite flower is.
It was homecoming, Marcy. It just didn't work out.
Well, you took Becky to homecoming.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Bill took Becky to homecoming.
That was Becky,
Yeah.
Marcy.
He did not know that Becky's favorite flower. He didn't know the flower or the color.
Oh, it was Becky.
He did. He struck out. I've got, before I married Becky, I got signed affidavits. There's Larry. There's the mighty Larry Cursine back there. And
Riadon.
Riadon.
And
I think that's the basketball coach at Lovington, who he was a banker. Duncan, is that
Duncan? Ray Duncan.
Ray Duncan.
oh,
Yeah.
The building.
So that means it's Marsh.
now wait a minute. Somebody said they thought the couple on the left are Mr. and Mrs. Dave Hansen, branch manager at Cargill. You think?
Oh, I have no idea.
Who do they think the couple is on the right behind the table?
Phil Beachy and his wife.
That's Phil
Yeah.
and Dee Beachy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. See
Yeah,
it now.
I was getting ready to say that was Turner's wife, which is Dee Beachy's sister, so they do look alike.
I'm gonna quit guessing.
Bill was a basketball player at Arthur in 1961.
Yeah,
Played guard.
I'm gonna quit guessing.
Well, I recommended this long ago.
Where is this?
Who is this?
Well, that
Well, I see Lita Campbell.
not the nursing home, is it?
That's Lita's second one from the left there.
It looks like a restaurant.
Well, it
Wait,
does.
It's not
What?
Tucker.
what's the one called that used to be where that real estate office is at the end of the flower shop now? A Bloom Above. Well, remember there used to be a little restaurant in there? For some reason that's popping up in my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tasty Freeze used to be there. It was a fancy restaurant. Lita Campbell. Let me see if it says in here. Nope, it doesn't say what it is.
The
White
sign-
mental
White
pollution.
mental pollution.
Well, that's got to be. That's got to be where Bill went every day. They go back to that. That could be. I was going to say nursing home. That could be mental health. That was the head of mental health there. What is his name?
I don't know, Mike. But these
Yeah, I don't-
girls look like waitresses to me.
They do.
I
don't
know,
they?
that's why Lynn Wilkes, let's see.
Can't read the
No,
name.
it doesn't have any idea who he is.
Nope.
There's Bob when he first hired Dave.
Yeah, yeah. That's,
Walter Putoff. Looks like Walter.
That's
yeah,
what
it does.
the majority says.
Is that right?
I think so.
That's another picture taken in my office. That desk is still there.
Doesn't Bob look like Greg?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to pause for just a second.
We need to warn you, Bill and I just lost our filter. Becky left.
Uh-oh. All bets are off. Okay,
All
we're
bets
done
are
with this picture.
Here it comes.
There's Bob again.
Yeah.
This has got to be a New Year's Eve baby, don't you think? Or New Year's Day
Would
Bob
be
baby?
my
would-
guess.
No, every new baby, Bob would give him a certificate
First
and a free
baby of the year.
baby of the year at a contest.
This would be at Jarman Hospital.
Now we
Yeah.
want to know who the baby is.
And nobody guessed who it was.
May not be Tuscola.
Yep,
Pee-wee
you're right.
Cunningham.
There's one, you know.
Yeah.
Where'd she work at, Bill?
Well, you know what? I'm trying to think, is this at Anderson's? Where is this?
Either Ben
Look
Franklin.
at a ribbon or Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin's, or it looks like kind of where Chris Hill fixed that store up at Ben.
Oh, in the corner where his mother was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Betty Hill's place.
that might be where she was.
He did that in the 80s, though, I think. So this is late 70s. Is this all same year, David?
No,
Now, this could be, but what's that stuff right there? Is it, yeah, that looks like a.
It's a department store of some sort.
See that fancy stuff back there?
Yeah.
That looks like what Betty Hill's store looked like. The store. It's called The Store.
These
No, no,
stores.
the-
That's where Joe's is now.
Those pizza.
Oh, it says it's Pee-wee Cunningham and Matt Brewer.
Oh, that's, oh my goodness. That
Yeah.
would be,
What year is that, Bill?
oh, well, I'm trying to think. Gosh.
Do you have a calculator?
looks like
No,
he's
I-
about 3 there.
Matt's in his 40s for sure.
Well, it could be the 80s. Could be The Store. There's Judge Jim Sherrick,
On the right,
Jack Allen,
Jack Allen, Sheriff Gene Wiggle.
all the way down Sadie Beasley.
Sadie Beasley, yeah.
Yep.
Looks like it was jury trial time. I don't know who's next to Gene.
Well, it looks like Tammy Stickle, but I'd be wrong.
That looks like the old Kelly gas station again.
I thought maybe IGA judging from the mechanical horse there.
Oh, yeah.
You wrote it enough.
Well, no, I never got to ride it. That was my mom. couldn't
Somebody
put it
won.
on.
The big stocking. It doesn't say who.
Well, Bill's got Tammy Stickle out there for.
And now Tammy Bennett, but don't hold me to it. I've been wrong so many times. I just,
Well, I hope they don't hold us to anything we say.
well, this is Ray and Betty. They're boogie woogie. And
Where at though? That's Gus's floor.
well,
That's,
it's
that's lesser.
Yep.
It's Gus's mosaic floor down there, that tile floor. But that,
well, when did they bring
they've had candle there.
Wasn't that when Chris had it for a while? It was
No,
like
that
a
was-
restaurant.
Yeah,
That was
because it
the
said
brass- Oh,
the
that
brass
was not
cage.
Chris. That was Brass Cage with
Oh,
Devin and
I
Ann.
see it.
Dad.
I see it on the window.
Yeah,
Oh, Flesser?
Paul Flesser opened up the Brass Cage and he started serving liquor there and he allowed dancing and the days of
And
the
music.
the days of the free hamburgers were over.
Their daughter was Sheila, who was in the class of 66.
Then Bruce was my sister's class of 63, their son.
Mhm. Ah, Jerry Cohen.
Jerry passed away. a couple years
Jerry
ago.
passed away. He's class of 67.
Played football. He's one of those guys that one of the small guys, just tough as nails. He was Doug McCumber, Dana Bishop. He played with Dana football. Two of the smallest guys, two of the toughest guys. Jerry's
Jerry's a great
a
guy.
nice guy. Went to Arizona, married Steve Leon's sister. Went to Arizona, opened up a couple. He's always a retail guy. Came back to Champaign to open a mattress factory. End of his life, he was working for
Menards.
Menards.
Yeah.
I got a visit.
His brother Alvin, class of 66.
Jerry was fighting cancer at the end, and I think he was getting tired of paying for the medicine and all the visits.
Mitchell and Adeline were
Well,
wonderful people.
Bill and I have a favorite saying. When we were shooting, Mitchell and Adeline had that 3-story clothing store right next to the pool hall in the basement. Bill and I'd be down there shooting pool. You could hear the door open up top of the stairs. You could hear Adeline yell out. What'd she yell out?
We go, Alvin, Jerry, get up here right now. Your father needs help.
We heard
Mom, we're not finished yet.
We're in the middle of 8 ball.
Yeah, they're playing shooting pool. Adeline wouldn't come down those stairs into the pool hall.
Now, but Jerry, my dad would play cards back there late night. He's working shift work at USI, and I'm a little kid. I'd be down there shooting pool. He was babysitting. When it came time for Dad go to work, Dad was forget to leave sometimes. And Mom, we heard the door open one night, and we heard, "Get your butt to work." Only she didn't say butt. And we heard this metal stuff banging down. It was his hard hat and his lunch bucket she threw down the stairs. And Jim Huser said, "Homer, I think Betty wants you to get to work." Dad goes, "One more hand."
One more.
This is
Well, Ann Monahan says that's Marcy Monahan.
Hmm.
The little girl.
this is the newspaper office. That's my desk. I'm pretty sure that carpet. I know the walls are still the same.
Well, that's definitely 70s bell bottoms, and
Probably the
Jerry
same
looks-
carpet.
Jerry looks like he
Yep.
could have been Jerry could have been in the film Saturday Night Fever. It looks like he could be busting a.
Yeah, you looking good there.
Busting a move. Yep.
Oh, Dick Parker.
Dick Parker.
City treasurer, Rand Gambles. That girl, we should know her.
Well,
You should know her.
how would I know her? She's young. This is 45 years ago or whatever.
Your mind sharpest attack.
Yeah, well, I don't know her. Do we know her?
Somebody wondered if it was Jan Rice, but they have a question mark, so they don't know for sure.
In the 70s, no, Jan would have been in high school.
Older. Yeah.
Jan graduated about 70 herself.
69.
69, 70 with
She graduated 69.
married my
Well,
cousin.
that wouldn't be right.
Tom, who was 69.
Yeah.
It looks familiar though.
So this is in the 70s here. So that'd been
Yeah.
Jan would have shrunk backwards.
Some of us wish we could do that now.
Yes, all of us do.
Yes.
Jerry Reynolds, my GA, given an award to
Now that kid looks familiar. Who do we have, Marcy?
Well, David Coy is wondering if it's the late Lance Tay. So you guys think maybe? He's a cutie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lante's brother.
Mm-hmm. Here's some bankers.
Roy Hopkins again.
Roy's checking his bank account on that day.
It's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger.
Look out there, what is that, a 63 Ford? What is
Kind of looks like it.
67?
Tail lights, maybe. But this is supposed to be 78. Well, maybe they're.
Definitely winter.
Roy was a greeter at the bank.
Yes.
That's Carol Collier.
You know, I could be
That's-
Carol. She worked at
That's
the
what
bank,
somebody said. Yes.
Carol. I totally forgot she worked at the bank for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Were the filing candidates.
Marcy, just realize, I mean, we have to do this just off the cuff. I mean, you've got your information right there.
I'm cheating. Yeah, you guys.
We never
Yeah.
cheat. No.
So Mrs.
I
Collier.
was just trying to help you out a little bit today.
Marcy, it's amazing that with absolutely no help, we're never wrong.
we never. That's Mrs. Collier, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
Carol.
At least you guys don't admit it, right?
no,
Yeah.
No, we don't have any cheating at all. That's
No.
a Weaver. That's one of the Weavers. That Bud?
no, that's the
Looks
other.
like Bud.
It might be Bud. He was in the reserves, I guess.
Can you zero in on that? See if we get the initial on his thing there.
Well, it just say Weaver.
Says Weaver.
Yep.
Initial.
Well, I think it's Bud. There's Bob, Bud, and Glenn. I think that's Bud. Was there
Yeah, it's
four of them?
Bud. It's Bud. You know what? He had a lot of hash marks on that left sleeve, didn't he?
What was wallpaper busy back in those days or what?
Of course.
Parker and wallpaper.
Like shag carpeting.
Oh boy, you could lose your shoes. There's Terry Von Lincoln.
Terry Von Lincoln.
Lonnie Von Lincoln's
And Jerry Reynolds.
older brother. He was a meat cutter for Jerry. His nickname in high school was Nick, and married Meredith Inslee, still married. And I think most of us still call Lonnie. I call Lonnie Nick. A few of us call him Nick because that was his older brother's nickname, that's a good nickname, Nick. Or name. Nick or name would be a good nickname.
Look at their fancy signs on the freezer.
Yeah, the fancy handwritten signs.
That's a computer generated sign that says liver.
It is.
Or liver.
Liver. Oh,
Oh
there's
boy.
no comment on this one, but she looks very familiar.
Well, she sure does.
Is that a newspaper office?
Is that,
I'm
Is
trying
that a
to-
newspaper office?
is that Shirley Richardson?
Could be.
Shirley Richardson, Shirley McCumber.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know.
Good old community building again.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, there's Jerry Alexander in the back middle, and to the right is
Denny
Danny
McMillan.
McMillan. And to the upper left is that Steve Farms out here. Steve.
There's only two guesses, and that was them.
Is that Waters upper
That's
left?
not, it doesn't look like Clarence.
Clarence Waters.
Hmm.
Bill McCarty.
Bill McCarty.
On the left.
Hancock in the middle.
Just
What the-
standing around with her hands in her pocket.
We're going to a game in Arcola. Is that the Arcola gym? Or grade school?
Looks familiar.
No,
No.
is that Dave Snyder?
Oh,
Now
no,
this one says Dion Day on the left. He was married to Peggy Grimm. And Gary Rich is on the right, far right.
who's in the middle?
Doesn't say. So it looks like a mechanic's shop, doesn't it?
I hope it's not a mortuary.
Yeah, same place.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Oh, yep, service department.
Whoa, somebody likes the macrame.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Come on, you guys should know. She lives out on 36.
Give us a hint. Give us her last name.
Then I tells you Scribner, or not Scribner, Pancall.
Many people live out on 36.
Yeah,
they're only
Martha.
North or
Yes.
south?
Decatur or Indianapolis? You're talking Indianapolis.
I see it now when I blow it up. Yeah, that's Martha.
Oh,
Yep,
that's Martha Pankow.
she even posted, she said, "Good Lord," a long time ago.
Well, that's not been that long, 50 years.
This is a typical 70s house with that light pole, the
Macrame, yes.
TV, probably black and white TV, the macrame.
It was so long ago they had to pump air into the town.
We used to go out there and ride go-karts
Yeah.
behind their house.
Oh, this next picture is hilarious.
Oh boy.
Okay, do you guys recognize anybody? Do you know what the comment is from Eric Alexander? And he says,
I know
Stretch, listen, Stretch Monster on the left and Stretch Armstrong is on the right.
Yeah.
Golly.
But nobody knows who the people are. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Looks familiar.
Boy's got a page. What do they call it? Page cut?
Bowl haircut.
Page boy.
Page boy haircut.
Put the bowl over the head and just cut along the
Yeah.
edge of the bowl.
There's Mayor Chris Hill again in the
Talbot.
shirt with the dots.
This is a election, lower left-hand corner is Chuck Talbot ran for sheriff
With Talbot.
back in the 70s,
Yeah,
76, 80s. That might be next to him. That's not Shear, is it? Ted Shear or not? Chris Hill, Democrat, and that's from Villa Grove, head of the Democratic Party.
Just the Talbots and Chris Hills, what people are commenting on.
yeah.
What was his name? Eversole in Villa Grove.
Oh, okay. There were Eversoles.
Could be.
It must be over there because I don't recognize that building.
Yeah, that's a Democratic conclave.
That's at that Catholic Hall. Looks like, doesn't it? See the crucifix up in the middle?
Well,
It's
who's
got
Oh, yeah, I do see it.
Who's the picture of the guy up in the upper right-hand corner?
I know, that's what I was wondering who that was.
That's not the Pope, is it?
That was you when you were judge, I think.
Had too much hair.
Same place.
Same
Yes,
place.
it is.
That's
Is.
Chris over here on the corner.
Melanie's right in the center.
Joe Shear.
Joe Shear in the back, and this Melanie, third one in from the back.
Mhm.
My good buddy Steve Henniger, class of 66, along with Paul Flock.
Block on the left.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody lost a bet. $100.
Man, no wonder Steve's so happy.
Yeah. And Paul doesn't look too happy giving it to him, does it?
No, he doesn't. This was a contest that Steve won. I hope Steve sees this.
Yeah, that's the biggest smile I've ever seen him make.
Well, everyone will guess who it is, but the circumstances.
You know, they both were.
He's wearing a Ford hat.
They both were firemen. I wonder if it was a contribution to the fire department.
That's right. Paul was an officer. Of course, Steve became chief after Denny Dietrich.
Yeah.
Many years.
Boy, the hats back then sure made you look taller, don't they?
Trucker hat.
That's why we have hats on today.
Yeah. It's not because we're bald.
It looks like the last one.
That's what I thought. Yep.
Oh, shoot, that's disappointing.
Yeah, we were rolling there.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean, Marcy had the answers and we were beating her to it.
yeah.
I was giving you a chance.
Well,
Thanks, Marcy.
Marcy, thank you. You're very fair. I don't care what Bill says. I think you're a very fair person.
I try to be, okay?
You're a very fair person.
So Marcy, tell us again when the Hall of Fame dinner is.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame dinner happens to be Saturday, September 23rd at Iron Horse. And if you want reservations, contact me, 217-621-2458. $20 a person. And we do have some seats left right now. And we'd love to have you join us. So you can also pay at the door. Just let me know your name. That's kind of our ticket. We don't have official tickets. We just go by names on a list. So
I have my
we're looking forward.
reservation. Have my
Yes, you
reservation.
do. Yes, got yours for sure. So hope these other two yahoos come too.
Hey, Becky said I've got to go.
So,
It'll be a good time. It always
when?
is.
it's gonna be a big
23rd.
weekend in Tuscola. We got the
Yes.
class of '83 with we've got last count, I think we had 75 people registered for our dinner.
That's
That's good.
awesome.
Class of 65 is going to have a mini reunion, I guess, is that same day.
Uh-huh.
12:30 or 1. So I've told them I'm going to the Hall of Fame to eat, be as long as I can, and I'll cut over to our reunion to catch everybody.
There you
But
go.
Becky's on the Hall of Fame committee, and she's praises Marcy and Alan and how dedicated the whole. You guys put a lot of time in this, a lot of effort, just do a great job. You've basically resurrected homecoming. Bella Grove used to have an all-school reunion for a long time, and I always wondered what that'd be like. And then you started kind of a all-school reunion at the time. It's just
Well, that's
wonderful.
what homecoming's all about. And I know when I started at work at the school, when we moved back to Tuscola, I'll just never forget after the homecoming weekend, and I met up with the principal and I said, this is nothing like I thought it would be. And I said, something's got to change. And we kicked it off the next year, and hopefully we keep it going for a while. So, I mean, we started up.
I wore my alumni shirt since you were going to be on the
Yes.
show.
Very good. Yeah, so it's just worked out really good. There are tons of reunions now that come over homecoming. A lot of kids have never been back.
I'm glad you're doing again the library. I always thought that was nice after the parade, people could come in there and gather.
The school looks completely different. You'll think you're walking into a new school.
You know what, though? It looks different, but yet it's the same, so to speak, from my perspective. It's the memories still hold you in those hallways and everything. And
that's good.
Experiences, they're still there,
Yeah.
I do hope that things like the trophies, it'd be nice to get some trophies back in the cases for homecoming. Also, I'd like to see some of the pictures on the walls of whether it be Hall of Fame, whether it be Mr. Murray's plaque, whether it be Bucko's Hall of Fame entrance into the football coaches. I'd like some of those.
We got a lot of memories of good people that went through Tuscola High School and went on to do great things, and we can't deny that and can't forget about it, because some of those kids are going to look at it and go, hey, I want to do that someday.
Yeah. Good examples set for us.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next
week. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Remembering Tuscola webcast.
You always make the broadcast better because us guys get a little long in the tooth,
You're
No,
saying
you don't.
the tooth?
Well, I'm saying you two are long in the tooth. I'm just saying I do my best to keep it fresh, but Marcy really rescues it.
Yeah, she did this time.
You did.
Thanks, Marcy.
Long in the tooth means old, doesn't it?
Pardon?
Of course it does.
Doesn't long in the tooth mean old?
It does.
Well, yes, maybe.
Having those 4 boys, that's kind of interesting.
She's got 4 boys. They're all grown up now.
That's right.
She's going to introduce them all the 22nd.
That's right. And you all need to come and see them, because they're all coming back and they're all going to be here for all the events. Yes.
Good. Look forward to it, Marcy.
Okay. You guys take care.
All right. We'll see you.